Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Positively Disney podcast. I'm Kimberly Bouchard, the host of the show, obviously, and the author of the best-selling Positively Disney book series. Thanks for taking some time out of your day today and joining me. And I'm looking forward to catching up with you guys. You know, I have so many different people that I interview over the season that it seems to be a very rare occurrence that I get to actually talk to you guys and be able to have you guys phone in. Before I tell you details about that, I just want to thank my sponsor, Years of Experience, Michelle McCune, the wonderful travel agent that will set up the most amazing vacation for you wherever you want to go in the world. And what's really cool is she is now part of booking Disney weddings and events and all kinds of good things out there. If you want to reach her, you can reach her at Ears of Experience 732-735-1779 or MMCKEOWN at themoustexperts.com. Let Michelle know that I've sent you. Well, guys, as I said, this is going to be a phone-in show, an opportunity for you guys to phone in. You can comment, whatever you'd like to do. The number to call is 844-483-4763. And if you cannot get through right away, just persevere. And that means that, obviously I'm on the phone with somebody else, but feel free to give me a quick call and say hello. I want to first say hello to Michelle out there in Florida. And I will tell you, my trip to Florida was a real whirlwind. So many things happened while I was there, and all good, of course. And I thought, I'm going to tell you guys all about them. I just want to say hi to Dan as well. Thanks, Dan, for joining us tonight. So, first of all, one thing that I did for the very first time is I actually tried renting a DVC facility, and I went through it's DVC-rentals.com. And I have to tell you guys, I had no idea how to do the whole DVC thing, but I was very impressed for several reasons. First of all, it's a very easy process. And one thing I loved about the DVC rental idea was that you actually get parking included in your vacation time, which unfortunately you have to pay for now in your resorts. But at any rate, something that happened, and I only noticed it, and thank goodness Disney is on top of this when they say, thank you for staying with us. Checkout time is 11 a.m. tomorrow morning. Well, I was given that information. It was Sunday, and I wasn't scheduled to leave till Tuesday. So there was some miscommunication. I had mentioned that I was going to be there. I wanted the nights from the 3rd to the 8th, and I should have said inclusive or something along those lines. So I was short a night. I was like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? And what happened is it's incredible, but I actually, messaged them and let them know the situation that I needed one more night. And I'm not kidding you guys. It was probably like within 5 minutes, they already had secured the extra room. I didn't have to move and everything. They called me, I paid for the extra room, and it was done. I was like, because I was so stressed. I didn't know what to do. I didn't want to be out on the streets. Not that I'd really be out in the streets, but didn't want to be out. But something I kind of found out after the fact, because now you can just go to your room directly. You actually have a choice. You can either go to your room directly and use your magic band, or in our case, we're annual pass holders, so we could use that, or also on the app, the My Disney Experience app will give you the opportunity to check into your room just off your app. And so of course we didn't go to the desk. It's much quicker, just easier to do it, go directly to your room. And when I had that little glitch towards the end of my trip with the room shortage for one night, they actually said, I don't know if you know this, but you were privileged to have an upgrade. And I thought, wow, I'm in an upgrade. And the rooms at the Saratoga Springs, I must say, I'm not sure if all of them have been redone, but ours certainly had been redone, brand new room. And I thought, gosh, this is such a great location, because I thought I was supposed to be sort of way in the background where the private pool is. But oh my gosh, you guys, we were like right by the bike rentals, the community hall, the main pool, and the eating area, the front desk, and we could walk very easily to Disney Springs. So for the first time in my 29 years of going to Walt Disney World, I actually spent more time at Disney Springs than I did in the parks this time. How funny is that? It just sort of ended up that way. But I had a great time, and I want to share with you a couple of things that happened along the way. So one of my favorite parks. Well, it's hard to pick a favorite park, actually, to be honest with you. But one of the parks that I feel is kind of sometimes underrated, except for Pandora, but I love it all, is Animal Kingdom. And Sunday morning, I had the good fortune to meet up with a lot of different folks around there, and it was so lovely to spend time with people that you have gotten to know online or have sort of met up a little bit before, but we actually could all get together Sunday. And so we went to Animal Kingdom after, and I know, like, if you are not in the parks early, you don't get on a lot of attractions unless you want to wait in line. I'm not a big line waiter. I don't like to do that. And 20 minutes maybe, but nothing else. And because they don't have fast passes, you're kind of out of luck sometimes. Anyways, we had really the good fortune to arrive at Animal Kingdom, and apparently the safari ride had been shut down for a while. And it said a 65-minute wait. I just kind of double checked because it didn't look like it was going to be a 65-minute wait. And it just opened up just as we got there. So we got on, and we just kind of walked right and continued walking, the queue line, and got right on. I'll have to tell you, it was a little bit cooler in Florida, and it is the perfect time to see all the animals. I was thinking, it's kind of really hit and miss about seeing the animals, particularly in the afternoon. They tend to be sleepy and kind of do their siesta, and it's very rare that you will see as many as you will during a cooler afternoon. And I have to tell you, I saw that little white baby rhino. I mean, of course, he's not little, but he's pretty tiny up compared to his mama. And we were driving along, and normally you stop to take a look at the rhinos. And even though there's, the not secret, but the little dugout around that would prevent them from coming and ramming your vehicle, we had to keep going. We went slowly, but we had to keep going. If we would have stopped, that little white rhino, he would have charged us. He's just learning his manners out there on the savannah, and so he's not used to the trucks going by. So we had to make sure that we kept going. It was really, really fun. And another thing, yes, Michelle, it is nice when the weather's cool and the animals are more active, for sure. So I don't know about you guys, but it is not that common to see the lion and lionesses out. Well, this time we saw not only the lion, but the two lionesses were hanging out. They were sleeping just like on a different rock, but pretty much they formed a triage. Actually, it was quite interesting. The one lioness, she was hugging the rock, and I think her tail was keeping her balance because she's pretty close to the edge, and I was hoping she wasn't going to fall off, which of course she wouldn't have. But it was really, really neat to see. And another thing that I don't know if you guys have ever stayed at the Animal Kingdom villas. Oh, I mean, it's beautiful there, but I'll tell you something, an animal that I love to watch. They're such an odd looking animal, really, but beautiful too, and very elegant, are the giraffes. And we were cruising along, and there was a mama giraffe and the two baby giraffes kind of following, slowly along. They just about stuck their head in our window. It was so bizarre. They were so close. You could see your nostrils, like right, like, it wasn't that close, but it was probably between me and my window, which is probably about 2.5 feet away. That's the closest I've ever had for a giraffe encounter. And it reminded me of that place, you guys, in Africa called Giraffe Manor, where they actually show people eating in that manner, and the giraffes will come up to the window and stick their head in the window. It's kind of like that's the big draw. But anyways, I wanted to tell you about that because every time I go on that safari, it is a different experience for sure, because you never know where things are going to be. And we were so close to three ostriches just sitting all kind of. It's really odd to see ostriches not standing up. They take a lot of space and they're just all feathers, and there were three together. And I just kind of thought of that term, the birds of a feather flock together, and they were definitely flocking together. They were really, really close to us. I've never seen a bus or truck go that close before. But anyways, that was really fun. Another thing I like to do at Animal Kingdom, of course, is do the walks, because you can often see, well, you see the gorilla and baby gorilla and the tigers. And a week before, so it would be like 2 weeks ago now, the baby male tiger, they were really excited. He passed all whatever health tests, whatever other tests they need, but he got sent to a zoo for breeding. So they were really excited that they had brought in this little this male tiger, and he is now breeding with another zoo, and they were just waiting to hear about their girl, the little girl, and see if she would be up for that as well. And I think there's a lot of testing and stuff that goes on, and they don't tell you which zoo they go to. However, the zoo itself will let you know. And I found that out because our zoo in Seattle, Woodinville Zoo, it actually has, I think it has something, I can't even remember what animal it was that was brought over from Animal Kingdom, Disney's Animal Kingdom, to our zoo here. I'll have to double check that. I don't think it was an elephant, but it was a fairly large animal, and I'll have to remember to look again next time I'm there. Another thing I did at Animal Kingdom, but I hadn't done ever. It's a little pricey, of course, and with a family of 5, it would have been very, very pricey. And it was just my husband this time, so I thought, oh, let's go check it out. And Tiffin's restaurant, my gosh, Tiffin's is a restaurant that is nestled right into just how do I say, it's kind of on the water. The bar side is on the water, and it's a beautiful decor in there, beautiful restaurant. And I suggest if you if you go, and if you want to bring your kids, even your young ones, they really accommodate you. There was a family of 2 young boys next to us, and they were all excited about these special tacos that they had made for them. So really great food, great atmosphere, very unique decor, I'll tell you. And I have to thank Michelle, who's watching on here. She is an annual pass holder, living in Florida, of course. And she knew my plight. I could not pick up my annual pass magnet, annual pass holder magnet, which this year is Donald Duck at Walt Disney World. Of course, Mickey's got my heart, but Donald Duck is my guy. And they only offer that magnet on weekdays at Animal Kingdom, and I wasn't going to be there weekdays. And so Michelle is very accommodating and is sending me one of hers, because they, of course, they're a family of annual pass holders, so they can have more than one, and they don't need more than one. So I'm looking forward to that, Michelle. Thank you so much. Something, of course, that I had to show you while I take a little sip here is my little mug that I got. And I am all about the happy Donald Duck, but because I'm left-handed, you're only going to see the crabby Donald Duck tonight. But anyways, this is the that my happy Donald, and this is my cranky Donald. So I'm kind of getting into Donald Duck mugs. I don't know why, but I'm a big tea drinker and like to drink water all the time. So it's kind of my thing now to pick up a mug. So I was happy to find that one. Now I've got 3 Donald Duck mugs duck mugs that I can switch out. Something that I learned, and I have to tell you, because all you guys that are heading there on the sooner side, so y'all know that you can hop to different parks at 2 p.m. Well, before I went, I didn't quite know how that whole park thing worked. I thought that I had to book a second park to reserve a second park. The good news is you don't have to book a second park. However, if you want to get to that park, that second park at 2 p.m., you have to have gone to your other park first. They won't let you just skip your first park and then go hop to another one. It is designed for those of us that have gone to the parks in the morning to be able to hop to any one of your choice in the afternoon. And I was thinking that's probably a good way to sort of control the crowds, particularly right now when you're making a park reservation and that there's no fast passes. I will be so glad when they bring those fast passes back, because it really, as I said, I don't do lines. And we went to Magic Kingdom on Thursday morning, and then in the evening went to Epcot. You're very, very difficult to get on anything. And again, I don't do lines. And I thought, well, it showed 20 minutes into Soarin'. Hadn't been on Soarin' for a while. And we were not even halfway down that super, super long hallway. And 20 minutes had gone by. I thought, I don't really feel like waiting another 20 or 30 minutes to get on Soarin'. So we got off. And you know what we did? In the night, it's such a different experience. We went to Living with the Land. And Living with the Land is that boat tour in the water, and you can see the hydroponic gardening and all the growing of the vegetables and fruits and things like that on Disney property, which is really cool. But what was really neat is we got our own boat and we got front row seats. So that was kind of neat. And it was really different in there in the dark. Like they had lights, of course, on, but it was very odd to be there in the night. I much prefer it in the daytime, I have to admit. It seems bright. Well, it is brighter, but it just seems a little bit nicer. By the way, guys, if you want to call in and say hello, it's 844-483-4763. Want to also say something that I tried at Epcot. Of course, it is the Flower and Garden Festival, guys. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. The flowers, they don't even look real, to be honest with you. The colors are so vibrant, and I don't know. I envy that, because I'm just really, I don't have a green thumb. I've had kind of difficulty with gardening all my life. I love it, and I would love to. I'm okay with container gardens most of the time. But anyways, the Epcot Flower and Garden Festival is so beautiful. And I was so excited, of course, to see Donald Duck and Daisy Duck topiaries, beautiful, pretty big topiaries. But I have to tell you, my favorite one was Kermit the Frog. And he was just on a bicycle, and he had flowers in his basket, and he's got his little hand up and he's waving hello or goodbye or whatever. And it was just in this little section at Epcot, and he's just adorable. I'm such a Kermit the Frog fan, and it was just such a nonchalant little topiary. I shouldn't say little, they're all big, but it was really cute. And something else they had there, and actually I kind of forgot to go back and buy it, but they had a Mickey Mouse shaped kind of cage that you could grow your own topiary shape Mickey in, which I thought would have been really cool. They also had some that had been started, and so they had the moss and stuff like that they stuff in there, and then seedlings of some sort around there. Think of a giant chia pet, but in the form of a topiary, and it would have been really fun actually to have that. So I'm going to check on Disney Parks to see if they would have that, because that would have been neat. Something you just really don't. I think it would be really hard to bring home with you. You wouldn't want to really put it in your suitcase unless you just brought the metal part. And speaking of suitcases, oh my goodness. Well, when I travel, because I've traveled, not around the world, but throughout the world when my kids were younger, particularly when they were Irish dancers. So you never know, like if you need some kind of pharmaceutical or whatever. And one of my things that I bring and have brought all my life traveling with the family, and even bring now, of course, is oregano oil. Oregano oil is brilliant. And I didn't know I was going to bring this up, but I have to because it's so traumatizing. What you use oregano oil for, and I got to tell you this. So if you start having a bit of a sore throat ever, you put a little bit of water or juice in a teaspoon and put about 5 or 6 drops of oregano oil. Take it, a few times a day. It'll burn, but it's killing everything. It's brilliant stuff. And if you start having an earache or a little bit, you put a little bit on a Q-tip, put a little bit in your ear. And again, if that starts to burn, that's doing its job. It's killing whatever you have. If you have a stomach ache or stomach issue, the capsules will do the same thing. I swear by this. But anyways, so I normally bring it along, have my little vial, and put it in Ziplocs because you never know, you don't want a leakage. Well, oh my gosh, I don't know what happened. I had it in my toiletry bag, and when I opened my suitcase, I had this cloud of oregano oil, not pizza smelling oregano oil. We're talking massive smell of oregano oil in my suitcase. Somehow it had leaked out into the Ziploc. Thank goodness I had the Ziploc. But you know what? It went through the Ziploc somehow, and it peeled the outside of my can of I had a little can of hairspray, and it peeled that. It went in my little gummies, my little uh vitamin gummies. Oh my gosh, it was crazy. Now that I told you you can take this stuff, but you take it just in a few drops at a time. Anyways, I felt very bad for our gal that came in to pick up our garbage every day, because you came into the room and it smelled really bad. One thing that counteracted that smell, I don't know if any of you guys saw my video trying the Everglazed donuts. Of course, you hear, oh, these Everglazed donuts. What in the world? How can a donut have so much fandom? Oh my gosh. I will tell you, Everglazed Donuts is located nearest Cirque du Soleil. We got into a virtual queue for 50 minutes, 50 minutes, not the 225-minute queue that I had to do Gideon's cookies for. But I will tell you, those donuts were out of this world. They absolutely were. We had a hard time picking. We should have only got one, but we ended up getting a variety. And the coconut cream one, holy cow. It was like having that coconut cream in a pie with a donut. And on top, it had like little chunks of the coconut, like a coconut patty, if you will, like chocolate with coconut inside, chocolate bar. Was so good. The peanut butter one, I couldn't handle. It was unbelievably good, but I could only have like a snippet of it. It was just too much for me. I love peanut butter, but that was crazy. Like if you're a peanut butter fan, go for it, but you just can barely eat it because it's so heavy and filled with everything. Another one we got, I guess they have specials of the month, and my husband got the chocolate one that was called the Brooklyn, and it was chocolate and everything chocolate. And another one of my favorites, I'll tell you, is the strawberry one. It's really beautifully done with a little bit of strawberry. Gosh, now that I'm telling you all about this, I kind of want one, and I'm here in Seattle. I can't have it, but anyway. So the fresh strawberry with the lovely, not very sweet icing kind of cream or whatever, but inside was like ginormous jelly. Oh, it was so good. Anyways, I really highly recommend that you try it. And I honestly, I don't know how much it weighed, but they were pretty weighty. Like the peanut butter one I lifted up, it was pretty weighty. It was I don't know, a good quarter of a pound, that's for sure. Anyways, I just had to tell you that. Another thing that I have to tell you about that I actually heard from local Floridians, and I'm excited about it. So the college program, it's not up and running yet, but it is going to be soon. And what is wonderful about the college program is they have places for the college kids to actually stay. They are building a beautiful, beautiful complex, and it's called Flamingo Crossing Village. And in this village, they have, well, 2 bedroom to 4 bedroom uh, apartments, beautifully done. It's kind of tucked back behind Coronado Springs. And I have been back around there, but had no clue that this was what was going in. They have the, they'll have the swimming pool for cast members, operations management. That they have like just a beautiful grassy area you can sit with on tables chatting with people. They have a beautiful not weightlifting room, fitness room, there you go. But they also have different restaurants and stores come in, so they have like Target, Walgreens, bento the Asian food, Dunkin' Donuts, Five Guys Burger, a barbecue place. What else do they have? Ben and Jerry's ice cream. So they have everything for for you guys that are watching that are cast members, and it looks absolutely beautiful. So I wanted to share that because I thought that was kind of like a lot of hope I found in that building, just knowing that the cast members, college program, young men and women will be able to have beautiful accommodations where they are working. Another thing I want to share with you is I did get a couple of things while I was there. And then I'm going to share something that was very special given to me by my friend, Margaret Carey. And if you're not sure who Margaret Carey is, she is the original Tinker Bell. She had modeled, it took 9 months for them to do the Peter Pan movie. Mark Davis was the animator, and they just, it was just an amazing experience for her. And she went on to do other things. She was a well-established actress way, way, way before that, even getting to know the likes of, she was part of the Andy Griffith Show, and she even actually got to know Marilyn Monroe a little bit. But anyways, so our family likes board games. We don't always have the time to do board games, but I really wanted to show these 2 new board games. I'm pretty sure they're new because I would have noticed them before. But anyways, so this is a Monopoly game, but it's different. It's a Disney Monopoly Parks game. So it encompasses the Disney parks in California and Walt Disney World. And look at this. It's got a castle that it's a 3D castle that is set up in your board game. And something that I thought was so adorable are the pieces. And I just have to show you these pieces that are in here. We have the partner statue. That's one of the pieces you can have. I got to show you these because they're just so adorable. You've got a little Mickey popcorn. You've got the dog from the Pirates of the Caribbean ride with holding the key. You've got a cruise ship. Oh, do I miss those Disney cruises? You've got Cinderella's slipper on a pillow. And there's 2 more, which are so cute. The Autopia car. And, of course, a little pair of Mickey ears. Aren't those adorable? I thought they were so cute. I'm like, I'm all in. I think that it's so fun, particularly that it's dealing with the parks. You can buy different attractions, different things like that. And it even has the castle that I want to play that this weekend, I think, even as a castle inside. Another game that I really have to show you that's really cool, actually. I like the game Clue. That's such a classic, for crying out loud. I grew up with the standard Clue, but this is Clue Villains. Now, the board is actually really quite beautiful. And you've got the different places, the different rooms, the different venues. And I thought that was really neat. And here's the other side of the Clue game. And of course, they have some really neat players. I guess you can choose one of, I think there's 5 of them, 6 of them. There's the Evil Queen, Hades, Dr. Facilier, let's see who else. Jafar, Maleficent, And I took one out to show you Ursula. And look at that detail. Isn't that cool? You can see everything around her. I thought it was so cool. And so I can't wait to try to play that game. And of course, it's not like your traditional clue where you'll find a pipe or a candlestick or whatever. You find a poison apple or, some of these other things that you can determine who kind of done it or whatever. But I love that. I love that. And because we have been an Irish dancing family all our lives, we still love St. Patrick's Day, even though we don't do that anymore. And I have to show you, this is a limited edition pin that I got. My friend in California showed me this. And so when I got to Walt Disney World, I picked one up, and I love Donald Duck that he's got those crazy glasses on. And actually, I think we have a pair somewhere at home when we used to do some fun things on St. Patrick's Day, and we'd have shamrock glasses, I'll tell you. Well, I'm going to just about wind up here, you guys, but I have to tell you that one of the things that we did while we were in Orlando is we went to go pick up my friend Margaret, who lives in Sarasota now. And it was so lovely to see her. I hadn't seen her in a couple of years. She moved last year. Actually, it was like February 16th that she had moved to Sarasota, Florida, which I thought, you guys, she's turning 92 this year. And to just up and go to the other side of the country with your new husband at that age, I was really impressed. And Margaret is such a lovely human being, and I feel very blessed to call her my friend. And we had a really, really nice dinner, lunch, I guess late lunch or whatever, at a place called Marina Jack's in Sarasota. So if you're ever in Sarasota, check that place out. But there's a funny backstory to that place called Marina Jack's by the water. While we were at Walt Disney World, we found out that our Canadian friends from Seattle were going to be there just from Monday to Wednesday, real short trip. And they booked the Raglan Road, the lovely Irish pub restaurant at Disney Springs. And when they found out that we were at Walt Disney World, because I'm posting things, we made plans to eat and have a lovely time together Monday night, which it was so much fun. And one of the Irish dancers performing there, actually, we know both of the guys. This fellow actually knew a lot of the dancers from our school, and he competed in a group 1 year older than one of my sons, and then the boy that comes in I shouldn't say boy, they're young men. The young man that comes in on the weekends actually competed in the same category as my middle child, my oldest son. So it's really fun to see people that are not on the circuit anymore and doing things in that capacity. And of course, the food was fantastic. The company was so fun. And we had been trying to get together with this couple. And of course, Washington State is not as open as other places. So we just hadn't seen each other since before all this stuff hit. But anyways, we had a great time. And so anyways, back to Marina Jack's with Margaret. We spent some time at her place after and met her lovely new husband, Robert. But I'm always surprised when I'm given something. I'm always taken by complete surprise. And I have to share this with you because it really meant a lot to me. And it's something that's inside the book that I will show you that is very, very special. So Margaret gave me this beautiful hard copy of Peter Pan and signed it and put some photographs and things like that in there. And the one thing that I have to share, because I've never actually seen this before, is, and it's just so appropriate as an author, it just really touches my heart. It says, books take us to magical places. And that's Walt Disney, him saying that. And I don't even know if I've ever heard of that quote, but isn't this beautiful? I just love this. I think it's just wonderful, and it's so special because we've got Tinkerbell on there, and Margaret, of course, signed it to me and that. But I've got to frame that because I honestly don't ever recall seeing a photo of this with Walt with a book. I mean, maybe some of you guys have, but I have not actually seen that. And so anybody that knows Margaret or has been able to meet Margaret, and I'm thinking this is probably why she lived so long. She has such a great sense of humor, and she's just a going concern. So I have to show this. I have to share this with you because I thought it was so fun. Some of you guys would maybe recognize Walt and Lillian. Now on a cruise ship, on the Disney cruise ship, you often will see this photo around because I think they are on a ship from this photo, if I can recall. But Margaret photoshopped herself in there with Walt and Lillian, and I thought it was just hilarious that she loves Photoshop, and I know she got help with that, but I thought it was so funny, and it just goes to tell you that people that have good senses of humor tend to live a long life, and they tend to live a good life, and that's something that she makes me smile all the time, and very blessed to call her my friend. Guys, I guess we're just not going to have any calls in tonight, which is absolutely fine. Sometimes people get shy about it, and I'm kind of talking and giving the whole rundown on my trip. I'm hoping to get back there possibly in a couple of months, if not later part of summer in August. Hopefully things will be even open more there. I must say, when I was leaving Disney Springs on Sunday to head to Animal Kingdom, people were coming in droves, and it just made my heart so happy. I'll have to tell you, because we were at Saratoga Springs, staying at Saratoga Springs, and right next to Disney Springs, and hanging out there a bit more, it felt normal. It felt like the crowd level was normal, and the bands were playing and musicians were playing, and everybody was in this holiday spirit, I have to say. I noticed that I don't know how I can explain it, but people were more cheerful than usual. I mean, when you go to a place like Disney, most people are having a good time and happy to be there. But there was like this extra tangible, like, we're so glad to be out and about and enjoying life. And it was just wonderful. It was wonderful. So if you guys are thinking about a trip, just go and enjoy and take it all in. The food, well, the food is great, but the Flower and Garden Festival is actually going to be on for several months. I think that what they're really trying to do is keep those kind of special festivals and celebrations going on. And they didn't do this, for years, but they have been, in the last few years, keeping those food kiosks out and around in Epcot, so you can have the opportunity to taste these little things that they're offering from the different venues, different countries. And one thing I have to tell you that I tried for the first time, I was thrilled to death. And I don't know, maybe you guys all know what this tastes like. I have not tasted it, but it was called fried green tomatoes. I had, ever since I watched that movie, Driving Miss Daisy, I always wanted to try fried green tomatoes. Well, guess what? They have fried green tomatoes in that tent between the UK and the Canadian Pavilion, and they were delicious. I just see another friend has popped on here, Donna from California. She is my Disney California buddy. I think there's about 8 of us now that we're all moms. We all have kids about the same age. We all have Mickey shaped hearts. And we are very fortunate that Disney has brought us together. And honestly, you guys, Disney is so amazing for bringing everybody together. There's something for everybody, and be it the movies, be it the parks, be it food at the festivals, be it the flowers, be it the attractions or the resorts. I know there's people that go to just resort hop, which I never really did that before, but I want to do that. I want to just resort hop and and check out, just for the day. You don't even have to go in the parks, but it's just something that I just am very grateful to be a part of this whole Disney community. And Donna's mentioning fried green tomatoes is a very Southern thing. I assumed it must be Southern because I don't see it up in Seattle at all. And I would like to try that recipe. I'm not sure if I have a recipe in one of my Disney cookbooks, but I'll definitely have to check it out. Anyways, guys, I'm going to wrap things up tonight. I'm so glad that I could share with you about my trip, and it's just been it was just a wonderful time. It was a very quick trip. I found that I was canceling my park reservations more than I was going to the parks, but I had to do a lot of things, and there was a lot of kind of meetings going on. But I do want to let you know that book 6 is coming along, and I've got a couple of other projects. One project I will share with you in a few months once it is well underway, or maybe even close to completion. I'll share that with you. But I'm just so excited about being able to do what I do and meet all you lovely folks out there. And I look forward to seeing even more out and about. For now, guys, take care. Have a wonderful weekend and a great week. Until we see you again, take good care, please, and God bless. Bye for now.